Hello, my dear students. This is your English teacher, Sergio Ordóñez. Today we're going to be working with the book Way to Go in the Unit 1. Alright? There are going to be two videos, one in English and one in Spanish. Okay, so don't worry. In here we're going to find simple present, negative, and interrogative form. Alright? Yes, no questions and short answers. And finally, gerunds. Alright? So let's start. In the simple present negative form, okay, we have the structure subject, okay, do, does, not, verb, and complement, okay. In there we have a contraction. Does not is doesn't, all right, and do not is don't, okay. So doesn't, we use it for he, she, it, okay, and all the singular nouns. Yes, a house, a lion, all right, singular nouns and proper nouns, okay. That's it. We're going to use doesn't, okay. We have examples. First example, she doesn't watch comedy movies, all right. Then do not, all right, do not with I, you, we, or they, okay, and all the plural nouns, yes, all plurals in general, okay. So we have an example, they don't drink guava juice, all right. In here, if we remember the simple present, usually the verb changed, right, but only in the affirmative form. In the negative and in the interrogative forms, the verb doesn't change because it appears the auxiliary do and does, specifically the auxiliary does, okay. So the verb doesn't change in these two parts, okay. So let's continue. In here we have examples with doesn't. Maria is a proper noun, so it works with doesn't, okay. So Maria doesn't go to the church. Very simple. She is one of the three personal pronouns, okay, in singular, right, in third person singular. Yes, so we have she doesn't wake up early. A lion is a singular noun, okay. A lion doesn't run slowly, okay. And finally we have Carlos is a proper noun, it works with doesn't, okay. So Carlos doesn't watch TV, okay. Examples with don't. My friends and me. Pay attention, this is plural. If it's plural, we work with don't, okay. That's very simple. My friends and me don't eat vegetables, all right. Very simple. We have then in here they is one of the personal pronouns included. We put them already in there. They don't play volleyball, right? That's it. Now we have I don't run very fast, okay. This one, Mario and Juliana, that is plural, right, because we're talking about Mario and Juliana, okay. So that's plural, they work with don't. Mario and Juliana don't go to the cinema. That's it. Continue. Now we're going to move to the interrogative form. Now pay attention because in here the auxiliary is very important. We're going to start with the auxiliary. Do or does. Do for I, you, we, they, okay, and all the plurals in general. Or does if my subject is he, she, it, or a singular noun or a proper noun, okay. So we have in here structure do, does, then the subject, yes, then the verb, then the complement, and finally the question mark, okay. That will be it. In here, example, do you play basketball? In here the subject is you. That is the answer why we use do, right? Okay. Next example, does Carlos eat meat. In that, the subject is Carlos. That is a proper noun. That's why we use the auxiliary does at the beginning, okay? Then we have the others. Does she use the computer? Well, she is the third person singular, okay? So we use does, all right? Do they visit their grandmother? They, we know that works with do, okay? So do they visit their grandmother? That's it. So in here we have this part. Those are called yes-no questions. Yes? To yes-no questions we answer with short answers. Okay? So first, we have 4 steps in here. Pay attention to them. Okay? First, we put yes or no if the answer is affirmative or negative. Okay? Then we put a comma. Alright? Then we put the corresponding personal pronoun. And pay attention because in here we're going to work only with personal pronouns. Not with proper nouns, not with singular nouns, no. Proper nouns, okay? I, you, we, they, he, she, it. No more, okay? That's it. So we have in here. After that, we put the correct auxiliary, okay? Example, yes, comma, in the question, do you like pop music? Yes, comma, I, yes, do. That would be the correct auxiliary, right? But if it's negative, as we see here in the example, we find that no, comma, I, that's the correct personal pronoun, don't. Yes? Now let's see some other examples. Let's see. We have, do you play basketball? Yes, I do. Yes. Okay. Remember, yes or no, comma, correct personal pronoun, and then the auxiliary. Yes. If it's affirmative, do or does. If it's negative, does or doesn't. Okay. So we have those. Example, does Carlos eat meat? No, he doesn't, right? Does she use the computer? Yes, she does. Do they visit their grandmother? No, they don't. Okay? That's it. Now, we're going to move to the next part. Gerunds. Gerunds are mentioned to are used to mention 2 verbs in a row. Okay? So you cannot use 2 verbs, right? Like in the same way. Let's see. In the part of the gerunds, we're going to see in here, take a look at this. We have a list of different verbs, main verbs, okay? After these verbs, we're going to work or we're going to use verbs in gerunds, all right? What are the verbs in gerunds? Verbs finished in ing, okay? What is a main verb? We're going to see it after this. Structure, subject, okay? Main verb, right? One of the verbs of the list that we already saw. A verb ing, that is the verb in gerund, and the complement, okay? Example, Claudia. Claudia is the subject, okay? The main verb is love. Claudia loves, right? Claudia loves. The verb in gerund is the following: eat. As is in gerund, I put ing. Claudia loves eating Mexican food. Okay? Next example, they. They hate. Hate is the main verb in there. Okay? And the verb in gerund is watch. They hate watching horror films. Okay? Pay attention to this. In gerunds, we're working with the simple present. Alright? We are going to obey all the rules of the simple present. That is why we are using in here example. In this example, Claudia loves. Remember, the verb is love, but we are working with a singular, right? With a proper noun. Then the verb changes. Remember that previously we worked with the simple present in the affirmative form. Remember the rules, okay? Because this is very important. That's it. Clarifications. When we use the gerund, we work with the simple present, as I already told you, right? So remember the rules of the simple present, right? Examples with gerunds. We have some others here. Please pay attention to them and try to understand each one of them, okay? And that's it for today. Thank you very much for attending to this video. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon.